been an indicator. Oh my goodness, it was destined to hit him. It looked like it's 1-1. Garcia scores just to see, but I believe that was a foul baseball.
Unless it did hit him.
Well, he swung.
It's still a swing, but
so then it's a dead ball.
Yeah.
He's got to go back to third. Did he hit it or not? No, he didn't.
No.
Now, in that case,
he should score.
Garcia
and that's
would
what,
score.
That's what Cotrero is saying. He's saying, look,
yeah,
let's take a look at it.
Now, what I would say is, if they called it a dead ball, and you're Carlos Perez and you stop, then you have stopped, and can you allow the run to score?
The call is no catcher's interference. Kansas City is challenging the call.
Oh, they're saying catcher's interference possibly. Did he get him? Because something got hit there. There was contact with something. He's saying I can't swing the whole way, so let's watch here. Something happened. If that's not catcher's interference, Garcia should have scored.
Yes. Not catcher's interference.
So then time gets called there, right? So the plate umpire, Junior Valentine, did call for time. You can't score the run because of that, I wouldn't imagine. Although Garcia was going to run to Oak Lawn.
Once again, it's another very strange play in a game that has had some very strange plays.
Did you not hear it click, though?
I did.
There was some contact somewhere. I thought it was a foul ball because of that. You thought he got hit by the ball.
You heard the click.
Listen. Yeah. Yeah, there's clearly something happened that was not a normal swing and miss.
I think he might have ticked the glove.
The call is overturned. There was catcher's interference.
Yeah, he did tick the glove. That's what we heard. We heard something, and that was it.
Retains their challenge.
It couldn't have been nothing. That was not possible, because then Garcia would have just scored, but everybody froze. And so Salvador Perez goes to first.
Out of play as Davis digs that one out. Oh, catcher's interference. Here we go. We got a rally.
Wow, absolutely, that's a rally.
It was funny because I looked out in the dugout and Patrick Bailey and Casey Schmidt were going, hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, he absolutely hit his glove. So Skip Schumacher couldn't come talk over with Hunter Wendlestedt. I mean, that's not an argument he's going to win.
Those two kids were all over it.
Well, I mean, that's something you can hear. No question about that. I mean, he hit a good chunk of the catcher's glove. So that's an error on Fortes, the catcher.
And so with the 3 hits today, he has pushed the average up over 300.
Catcher's interference?
Catcher's interference, it looks like. Yep. The great reaction by Marcus, holding the hand out. Like, what? What's he doing? So he is on what has scored an error to Melendez.
Yeah, you're right. 1977. He had 388.
Yeah, that was the year when they thought he was going to make it.
Bouncing ball. This has a chance to crawl through. Oh, what a play. Palacios to get it. And he gets the out at first.
Yeah, he kept the foot on the bag just long enough.
Unbelievable effort there by Jermaine Palacios to get to one that looked like it was going to crawl through, and it keeps Buffalo off the board. Oh, what are they saying here? Catcher's interference being called?
That's an error if they called that, which means the bat hit the glove on the swing. Yeah, that must be what happened.
That's exactly what they're calling here.
So that's also an error.
Let's see, Jim.
Yeah, it did hit the glove, I think. See how it kind of knocked his hand around there a little bit?
Oh. And it was also why Schwecke was a little slow coming out of the box.
Solomon on 2-2. Whitty takes off. Pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. And Colway nicks the catcher's mitt on the swing. And he will reach first base on catcher's interference. Marolio is arguing this call. Marolio stood up to receive the throw, getting ready to throw it down to second when Whitty took off from first. And Marolio is still disputing this, claiming that Colway did not touch him. So the rare catcher's interference there.
Three balls and two strikes and the pitch, and that again is fouled off down the first baseline. That one's going to make the second deck. Still 3-2.
Martinez making Stallings earn it now. They are going to call, I believe, catcher interference.
And we'll watch the replay on that. Absolutely. And he hit the glove.
And it was the home plate umpire, Reed Basner, who was alert to it as the glove did get out a little ahead underneath the swing of Martinez. So it'll go as an error on the catcher on the catcher's interference.
So that gets Martinez on. So either way, he didn't get his base hit that he probably should have gotten earlier in the at-bat, but he gets on catcher's interference. And that's now going to bring up Addison Barger. And he checks his swing, takes a ball. Barger so far hitting a 6-4-3 double play. Struck out looking in the fourth. He is 0 for 2.
Harrisburg. 2-1 to the plate is in the air, foul off to the left side. And it's even a 2 apiece on Clark. Man on first. Nobody out, no score, bottom of the second. And Clark is going down to first on catcher's interference. Oh, it goes into the book as an error on the catcher Lavastida, his 7th of the year. And that's Akron's league-leading 60th as a team.
Next pitch. Catcher's interference will allow Schwecke to reach. That'll be an error on Binghamton's catcher that allows Schwecke to reach him. It means when he swung, he got a piece of the mid of Maida.
The catcher.
So I'll go as the Rumble Ponies' second error of the game.
Barely the starting catcher for Quad Cities in the first half of the season, but after he earned a promotion to Double-A Northwest Arkansas, Emschoff was next in line as he fouls the 2-0 pitch over the right side out of play. But it's catcher's interference as indicated by Josiah Shepherd. The home plate umpire popping out in front of the dish, waving his arms and pointing back to the South Bend backstop. And that's going to load the bases for Quad Cities as Emschoff is awarded first. So after the Bandits went down on just 14 pitches and 2 strikeouts in the top of the first inning, reached on a catcher's interference in the second and then singled in the fourth. Right on right, Nahas looks back towards second base. He comes home, and a breaking ball is slapped back to the screen for... No, it's not a foul ball, excuse me. It's a hit by pitch. I was fooled by the reaction of Hearn, and it's only because he was hit with the ball as well. 2 for 1 for Nahas. He catches Emschoff and the catcher, and it's going to load the bases for Quad Cities. Well, Emschoff has figured out just about every way to reach base tonight. Catcher's interference, a single, a hit by pitch, but it's a man aboard any way you slice it. Now, Hearn is going to get a visit from the South Bend athletic trainer, Nick Roberts, as he caught the ricochet off what appears to be his left hand or wrist area, but he gets a pat on the back and is all good to stay in the game.
Plate. Here's Ernesto. And first pitch swinging, flies one to shallow center. coming on Rodriguez, and he'll put it away, 2 outs. Actually, I take that back. It's going to be a catcher's interference on Morales. So an E2 on Morales will put Ernesto at first on the error, and Wisconsin with first and second and 1 out. So Charles Welling with the call there, and it's a catcher's interference. So Rattlers with 2 on and 1 out for Joe Gray Jr. facing Culpepper for the first time. Yeah, Ernesto got the tip of the glove there. You can see Morales on the replay if you're watching on Bally Live, kind of snatch it back after the contact was made. Double digits in RBI in a single game. Grounds that one to the right side. Perez goes to Miller 1, the turn to first. And actually, it's going to be another catcher's interference on Morales. Second catcher's interference of the game. So the Rattlers inning will stay alive here. And once again, Morales is getting that glove out as the Rattler left-hand batter is taking a swing.
No score, 2 outs, runner at third, the deal. Fouled off into the screen. 2 balls had 2 strikes, and the Lugnuts cleanup hitter, and the starting right fielder. The manager, Brian Pena, had to argue catcher's interference spotted on Alfonso. Brian immediately, the former catcher, having a word with Charles Welling. Thomas sent down to first base, E2.
Wow, we've had some odd ones with the catchers the last couple of nights, huh? Last night it was the mask touch from C.J. Rodriguez in play to stop a ball, and that allowed the 2 runners to move up. West Michigan scored on the next play. Craig Conklin was ejected, and now we get the catcher's interference. My goodness.
And which one came in the 8th inning, 1 in the 9th. So the game was, they scored 7 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th, and 9 in the 9th inning, or 5 in the 9th inning. Is slow bounce to the 3rd, but and it looks like it's going to be catcher's interference.
Yeah.
On Drake Baldwin. So take that any way you can get it. Some oohs and ahs as Zach Neubauer, the on-field MC today, explains what happened.
Yeah, it's, you know what, today.
And the 1-1 to Quintero. Swing and bouncer out towards second. Cowles shuffles to his right. Makes the out there at second. Back over to first. And they're going to call as a catcher's interference.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And it did sound like there was something.
Top of the 8th inning. Runner goes, and the pitch is swung on and fouled out of play down the left field line. And the drive 8th is the bottom third of the batting order. Lopez, Arrow, and Decker. Have to wait and see if Daniel Martinez will come back out for a 4th inning of work. Right now it's up to Jordan DiValerio to get Quintero. What'd they call? Catcher's interference?
First tag.
They did. They called catcher's interference. So Quintero.
Ball 1 outside. Switch hitter Edwin Arroyo celebrated his 20th birthday on Friday night. Here's a fly ball towards center field. Going back, Perez turns now and makes the play. Not the most smooth route there to the ball, but he got the job done. We'll take a look at their defense.
You're right about
I think catcher's interference has been called. They've called catcher's interference. Yes, they have. You don't often see catcher's interference on a ball that was hit probably 350 feet.
Oh, yeah.
It almost took the glove right up the...
And he calls it immediately.
Yep. So you can take the play. If the play would have favored the Dragons there, a double, for example, they would have taken it. Carlos Jorge, the batter, ball 1 high. So catcher's interference is the call. No out recorded. It is officially an error on Carlos Amaya, the Lansing catcher. And again, usually when you see catcher's interference, you don't see it on a ball that was hit 350 or 60 feet like that one was.
But it was obvious and no arguing.
Right. Almost took his glove right off his hand, his catcher's mitt.
Down diamond, 1-1. Cedeno reaches down for it and pokes it foul. A roller into the Loons dugout, first base side. And the count 1-2. It's Fort Wayne 4-1 advantage.
Catcher's interference.
And now they're going to call catcher's interference, which will give Cedeno first, move Marcy to second, and manager Daniel Nava having a quick word with home plate umpire Jack Wason. And it must have been on the backswing of Cedeno that made contact with Rushing. We get a look at it again here, and honestly, it might have been that initial swing that deflected off the top of the glove of Rushing. That's what it appeared to be. And Rushing pulled back that glove, pulled it in towards his belly as the first pitch to the new batter Nathan Martorella, called strike. Count 0-1. And Rushing tried to sell it like that didn't happen, but catcher's interference is why there's 2 on.
Here comes the 2-2. Popped up, shallow right center. Dupree, the right fielder, got a great jump, and now he's underneath to make the catch. So Dasan makes an out for the first time tonight to strand a man at first, but not before the leadoff double. The runner advancing fly out. Oh, what just happened here? Dasan is standing at first. Did we have catcher's interference? I'm looking at the replay on Bally Live and MILB TV, and home plate umpire Jack Wason pointing down at the catcher. I think that was the case. Catcher's interference. So Machado will go to second, and Dasan is aboard at first. So the Canadians get a little bit of a gift from the catcher Adrian Sugasti, and it puts 2 on with 2 outs for Kate Doty.
Making it stand up. A strike 1 pitch to Martinez. That is taken low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aqua Sox on defense with Hogan Windish at first, Mike Salvatore at second, Axel Sanchez the shortstop, Ben Ramirez at third base. 1-1 pitch to Martinez. Swung on, fly ball to center. Right at Cabrera. He's got it. 2 outs. So Schaefer has blanked the Canadians through 6 2/3 innings. And hold on now. They called batter or catcher's interference. Sorry. Catcher's interference. So 1 out. And we thought it was a fly out to center. Instead, it's catcher's interference. That goes in the books as an error. So to the mound now.
On the season, 86 times and 214 plate appearances. Hits it on the ground. The third baseman bobbles it, drops it. Dupree. Oh, it must have been catcher's interference. Dupree was not really running up the line. I didn't know what was going on after Blakely already has 10 errors on the season over at third base. Bobbled it, dropped it. Looked like the run was going to score, but it was catcher's interference and a dead ball. So Howell will have to return to third base, and that was one of the more obvious catcher's interference of all time, as Campero lost his glove. It went about 6 feet up the line towards third base. So now the bases are loaded for Carter Williams.